Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bring It On. Go check out this mysterious object. A lookout. Bridge. The object is dead ahead. Bridge. Copy that. Report relay to officer on duty and pilots. Bridge. Boxmaster on the line. I'm adding the pilots, senior officers, and the Lord Captain to this channel. Your Lordship, the Xeno artifact is directly ahead. What are your orders? Any changes in the construct? Bridge. Requesting auger relay data. Awaiting response. Bridge. Urgent report from the engine series on the auger deck. Detecting an energy spike of an unknown nature. Cogitator network overloaded. Peripheral systems offline. Lookout. Confirming visual changes. The gate. What is that? I've heard enough. All weapons fire. Bridge. Lord Captain's orders. Destroy the object. Activate batteries. Targeting. Firing in 3, 2, 1. Lookout. Confirming contact with the object. Good thrown. Bridge. Report. Lookout. No effect. I don't know what that thing is made of, but our weapons are powerless against it. Alright, enough mysteries. We're changing course and moving out. Bridge. Yes, Lord Captain. Maneuver engines. Changing course. Bridge. Urgent report from the engine series on the auger deck. Oh, we just read that. Alright, continue. We accidentally put ourselves in a loop there. A lookout. Lord Captain. We're detecting activity near the object. Observations indicate that the signatures are very similar to ships, Lord Captain. Xeno ships. Alright, battle stations. Bridge. Lord Captain's orders. Prepare for maneuvering, shields to max, engines to max, fire on the enemy on my mark only. Wait, what is that? Lookout. Lord Captain, alert. Another Xeno ship inbound. Must be a boarding party. Bridge. What? Where did it come from? Lookout. It was hiding nearby. It closed in undetected while we were distracted by the construct. It's right by us. It's aiming for the engine's module. Bridge. Lord Captain, emergency. Confirming contact with the enemy ship in the engine area. Confirm. Well, let's repel the boarders. Get these filthy drukhari off my ship.
All stations, report when manned and ready.
All hands, prepare for acceleration. Engage the
That'll show you.
Keep up the pressure. Fire at will.
Good job, buddy.
Another victory for the Von Valancius dynasty.
All hands, prepare for acceleration. Launch batteries, volley.
All clear. Congratulations, Lord Captain.
Helmsman, take us in.
Just out of range. I can hop forward.
Fire at will. with the force of a supernova.
No mercy for the enemies of humanity.
We just tore through those guys. They didn't have a chance. Lord Captain, we've dealt with the void ships of these beasts. The Xenos boarding party has landed on the ship. They're advancing steadily toward the plasma drive. The enforcers are being overrun. They're asking for reinforcements. If we do not help this filth will destroy our vessel from the inside.
Master Van Calix, you and I need to find some time to talk business. In private. I believe you have information that will be extremely helpful to me, and extremely valuable.
Mistress Udari, you will find a private conversation with me to be extremely unhelpful to you and your business. Save your charm and money for another informant.
Lacerated bodies and tattered coveralls bearing the initials of the Voidship dynasty that serves this section.
I always have a backup plan.
Easily done.
So I don't think cutting off the power is going to be advantageous for us. But it gives us the option, so we'll do it. Oh, so we can get across. I see. I'm going to use a medkit in a while.
Field medicine at its finest.
I thought it meant turning off the power to the whole section. Like, well, drukhari like fighting in the dark, especially if there's mandrakes with them. Which we haven't seen yet.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Ormonkai, look, my kid. They can't wait to die. What's taking so long with the engine? The Monkai are already here. Do not rush me, or I'll perish alongside them.
Xenos scum! You don't belong in this galaxy.
Fear me, monkey.
Alright, we're watching the cutscene a second time. Alright, it's a battle.
Request approved. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Request approved. Combat is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs. Don't get too cocky. Tell me, and it is done.
Oh, so I can use it twice. Thought maybe I misclicked, but I forgot to grab the talent. And that confirms it does work with the free one.
my vow is to serve. Vital functions successfully terminated.
Don't get too cocky.
You are mine now. Yield to me.
But Argenta, where to send you? I guess down this way.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated.
I'll make you howl.
Alright, 2 less drukhari, 2 less of a dying
Death
race.
won't be easy.
Pain is all.
Granted, the Dark Eldar can be very difficult to kill if they don't want to die. Especially the homunculi.
I won't go down easy.
Right, we'll send him this way, I think. Well, no, we'll send him this way.
But of course, Lord Captain.
You call this a strike?
I won't object to it. Naturally. For the throne's
Your
glory.
last stroke of luck.
You say so.
I won't object to it. But of course,
You will pay for this in blood.
I'm done
You
with
say
this
so.
one.
Like, we've got your number.
I refuse.
Still can't see him. Darn. Thought I had a good plan.
On it.
Victory is imminent. Indeed.
I will tear your heart out for this.
As the tactical imperative dictates. Running binary override.
Alright, let's see. We know where one's at. The guy's all the way over there.
I know what I'm doing, usually. I can do that with the right incentive.
Nothing stands against me. Let's see to it.
Am I getting paid for this? They'll write legends about me.
Alright, Abelard, it's your time to shine, buddy.
It will be done.
I saw that guy over there cowering in the corner a second ago, or when we first started the fight. A man in an officer's uniform is kneeling and scrabbling around in the mess of blood and dirt on the floor. As soon as you draw nearer, hear his feverish muttering. No, no, no. Where is he? Where is my son? The lower half of the officer's face is grimy with some strange substance, too pale and lumpy to be blood. The officer pays you no attention. His eyes are fixed on the floor. Wait. He's an operational officer from Deck 67-3, and not from one of the local clans, which is why I remember him. He helped me bring up the new recruits from the planet. What is he doing here? Examine the officer's face. You take another step toward the man and peer into his face. Blue veins bulge under his scab-mottled skin, and his bloodshot eyes are darting in every direction, sometimes rolling back into his head so that only the whites are visible. The strange stuff covering the officer's face is lumpy pink slime, mixed with blood that is streaming from his disfigured nose. I pointed the patch on the man's sleeve. Your crew is not stationed in this section. Explain yourself. Something shifts in the officer's expression. The feverish gleam in his eyes goes out. A Tacitus, my boy. Swamp devils dragged him off. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm looking for my son. The Emperor's valiant guards came to save my boy. I showed them where the swamp devils dragged Tacitus. I led him right here like they asked. They'll make short work of the nest of those beasts. And I'll keep looking for my boy in the meantime. Master, will you help? The man's face contorts in a monstrous grimace, a mixture of pain, hope, and madness. I'll be darned if this officer has a son. Perhaps he did once, but he embarked without any family in tow. Abelard sighs heavily. He's cracked, the poor wretch. There are no guards here. You are on board the rogue trader's vessel, and knee-deep in Xenos blood and entrails. I don't understand. Xenos. What Xenos? For an instant, awareness returns to the officer's eyes, and he seems to see his surroundings for the first time. His face slowly stills in horror. Emperor preserve us. Man sneezes. The lower half of his face is coated anew, and the slime streaming from his nose. The officer casts you a pleading look. What is this nightmarish scene? I was leading the Emperor's guards to the swamp devil's nest across the marshlands of my homeworld. But instead of that, I was showing the way to them? He points at the corpse of the Xenos with a trembling hand. Hallucinations. A heretical mirage. The guards, they weren't very chatty. One of them called me something strange. Mon Kai, I think. I heard them talking among themselves. Something about seizing the ship. Don't let them through. Through to where, I don't know. Oh, it's coming over me again. Dai laughs darkly. Blow up the reactor bay, damage the engines, then disembowel the helpless ship to your Xenos heart's content. Oh yes, that sounds just like my partners. Tell me about these hallucinations. When did they start? I don't remember. It's so strange. It's like I'm here and I'm there at the same time. But I remember many watches ago, a visit from a guardsman, after the swamp devils attacked, it seemed. He treated my injuries, did something to my face, and said his comrades would come and do what they had to do. When the rest of them came, he told me to show them the way to the nest. But we're on this ship. Where did I take them? A furrow appears in between Heinrich's brows as he considers this. It sounds like a mental distortion, the work of Xenos. Drukhari are capable of ensnaring their prey without shackles or fettles. They twist and violate their victim's mind using unholy instruments. Your subject has been forced to experience a nightmare from the past in order to wreak a nightmare upon the present. Abelard clutches his head. Motive force struck me down. I think I've got it. The Xenos that the crew smoked out during the recent warp jump. This poor madman must have taken him for a guardsman. Remember, Lord Captain? The enraged drukhari had bent several crew members to his will. Interesting. The interrogator's face takes on a strange expression. Stoic sufferance and grim humor. How many more like him are roaming the decks, waiting for their new masters to give them an order? At least they do not have any means of remote communication. A small comfort, but comfort nonetheless. Argenta's voice trembles with sorrow and rage. Until the last beast of that race of enemies of humanity are dead, the innocent will continue to suffer torment. Is this not a sign that we must work doggedly to rid the universe of Xenos? I feel like it's missing a word there. I don't know what happened to you, but you led Xenos to the very heart of this vessel and almost killed us all. I'm sorry. It's all a Xenos illusion. Even now, I can see the marsh where Tacitus vanished just behind you. The man's face twists in a mask of pain and grief. He coughs violently and slumps forward, as though he's falling asleep. Jaya looks at you. Whatever they did to him, Shireen, there's no way back for him now. If it were up to me, let him slip back into the illusion, where there is still hope of finding Tacitus. Let him go at peace with himself, and not as a traitor. Nope. Execute the traitor. In the name of the Emperor, death to all heretics. In one-sided movement, man falls at your feet, an expression of stoic acceptance frozen on his face. You bend over the body. Despite the numerous bloodstains on his skin and clothes, the officer had not been seriously wounded. The only noticeable injury is on his face. His nose is disfigured, and a red slimy substance is streaming from it, staining his mouth and chin. I contact the Voxmaster. Take the body to the infirmary and try to identify the cause of this madness. Now, while we have a moment, let's make sure we grab all the loot here in case we have to leave right after.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust. I always keep my options open.
Judging by the bodies of the Xenos, the void ship's crew fought the raiders with some amount of success. Well, that's good. See? It says there's goods here.
Is there money to be made?
A shard carbine. Seemed that good.
Keep your wits about you.
Even from behind the meters-thick wall of the reactor, you can hear the breath of the mighty plasma beast that sets the void ship in motion. A long splinter rifle.
The Inquisition taught me many things.
The spawn produces short electromagnetic pulses that disable power grids and devices. It is strong enough to take out the power of a whole city district, or several void ship sections. The charge has been safely defused.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
I wouldn't think that Argenta would be the best suited to that. Either Pascal or Heinrichs. But, that's okay. Looks like we're done here. At least for now. Alright, so let's just get back to Dargonus. Alright, I thought we were going to go through the webway gate.
Not dawdle.
Lead our own assault on Kimura, or her revenge on our ship. For revenge for what transpired on our ship, I should say. We'll see if we can make it back to Dargonus. I have an urgent message from Dargonus, Lord Captain. Our astropaths are receiving numerous transmissions. But no, these aren't ordinary messages. Each and every one is a plea for help. Dargonus is reporting a massive Xenos raid, and every mental image transmitted is wreathed in flame. Master Zachary is struggling to determine when exactly the invasion began. All signs point to it happening shortly after your departure to the Cinerus Maleficum. I always emphasize the wrong syllables there, but it's Maleficum. Any delay condemns the world to even greater suffering. Your people are begging for immediate aid. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to call it here, and next time, we'll head to Dargonus and relieve the planet of the raids. Or try to. And the drukhari can steal a sun, they can steal a planet, so we'll see what happens with Dargonus. Alright, I'm gonna call it here, and next time we ride to the aid of our capital planet. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.